Greetings, honorable samurai. Wolfman here, and I just wanted to do a bit of a post-battle analysis since I've kind of got the chance to do so. Um, anyway, it was a very interesting engagement, but I'm going to start by reading the comments here. So, it's a little smidge, a little problem there. The glory of the fight was awesome. Yes, it was extremely glorious. And need to take the larger missile spam, next size of ships. I'll get to that later. There are a ton of dedicated FAC ships that are either AMM or ASM ships. These are the 1,000 ton ships, which are very efficient, but again, it's too much micromanagement for me. Really does bog the game down. Here's the gem though. Cliff S, nice fight. Sometimes quantity trumps quality, and sometimes pride does come before the fall. Big part of that battle was me getting completely arrogant. Personally, I just try to make as many specialized god escorts as I could, which is an option, and definitely a min-max thing. Slow missiles they use, we could use custom design a small turret for that chance to shoot down their missiles, and that's true. The problem is I keep expecting the squiddies to come up with better technology. So, and cram more with the bumper ship. Again, good advice. So as long as you have enough gauze defense in the task group as a whole to destroy each full salvo, you won't need any AMMs at all. You can save space for offensive weapons. True. There is a very good argument for going for strictly gauze. Also, I designed a more powerful, slower missile. The current smaller warhead ones you have taking too long to kill the squids. They're faster and longer ranged than they really need to be to reliably hit them. Every warhead should at least breach your armor one hit, if not much more. They don't seem to have much point defense, PD, or defense other than armor. Again, I keep expecting the squiddies to come up with new technology, because a lot of the ships we've seen so far seem to be very early game. Add more armor, so initial hits during jump shock in your ships, and some anti-ship spinal lasers for cleanup, and for after you empty your mags and you're set. Again, this is all good advice. Of course, this will take time, so it depends on your patience how much you're willing to put yourself to turn to the Xenos now or later. So, first, discussion of ship sizes. I currently have the shipyard set up for 18,000, which I consider a heavy cruiser. I'll have to actually sit down and just explain my system. I know it's something I came up with independently. Most people go in 5,000 increments. I go in 3,000. So the next option would be your 24,000, which I call BattleCruiser, which is about as large as I normally go. Again, the main thing right now is that we haven't got our fuel production levels up to the point where we can sustain our fleet at long range. So, and the idea of a specialized gauze escort, again, that's a mid-max thing. And on higher difficulties levels, you absolutely have to play that way. I really don't like specialized ships. At least that's just kind of the naval historian in me. So, but yeah, okay. What really happened here is that the fleet is designed for long-range missile engagements, and in many ways, it's designed to fight invaders. Because I usually play with invaders on, and I don't really just kind of go as long as I can and try to fend it off. So that kind of affects my design philosophy when it comes to missiles. So, okay, it's designed for a long-range missile strike. Designed to hit, and in that situation, speed for the missiles really does matter. Because you want to hit the enemy first, knock out their fire controls, and then their missiles go down. And you're dealing with a much weaker salvo. So, and the argument for AMMs, main thing is that they can be used as an anti-ship missile role as well, in the anti-ship role as well, at least short range. But the lack of what happened? Yeah, okay. So I've got a fleet designed for long-range missile engagement. I don't have enough jump drives for on every ship, Again, that's especially with the missile cruisers. That was kind of a bummer there. So go with the enemy system. Sent a single ship through as a recon, and it was a damn good thing I did. Because if we had just standard jumped there, we would have taken tremendous damage. So after the first scout ship gets the information that we're kind of in trouble there, the way I jumped in was actually probably the best way I could have done it. Was only having the 3 jump ships, taking the escorts in to try and get a safe zone. So, but ultimately we ran out of AMMs, and that were forced to retreat with doing only minor damage to the enemy. But it was a fairly successful engagement. We learned a lot of lessons. It was the SRM MRM doctrine. The idea was the short range missiles is I wanted something that was faster than the standard missile and hit very hard, but sacrificed range. So it's almost like a torpedo. Now, what Cliff S is suggesting is we do some kind of a close bombardment missile, which sacrifices speed for maximum kaboomage, which is a perfect adaptation for the enemy we're actually fighting. Instead of worrying about a distant enemy and designing our fleet around that, we need to actually kill the squiddies and secure our food supply for the Nikos. Okay. So future plans, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, the main problem is we don't really have enough fuel to support a long-range engagement. We're still building up, and in that time we're building up, the squiddies are going to get some new technology into production. So I'm not entirely sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but right now just doing little incremental improvements, getting the forward bases set up. We need to get more jump drives in the actual fleet. We need to get a higher percentage. Might even come up with some kind of a short range, like a assault frigate or something that's actually clear the jump point. We also do need to get some energy weapons into the fleet. Right now, there's little dual-purpose lasers. They did okay, but the fact I didn't have any energy weapons at all kind of made me really affected our tactics. So, also faster firing missile launchers. What we've been doing with our missile cruisers, we've been doing these about half size, so it's kind of acceptable. Takes about 5 minutes between reloads. That's again in a long range engagement that makes perfect sense and are perfectly adapted for that. But in the short range engagement, we found ourselves forced into having a couple ships with rapid fire launchers. Those anti-swarm cruisers, which I basically threw together out of just kind of improvised. Those are faster firing launchers. Actually did a pretty good job. So, and again, those raiders, I could swap them out for. Right now they're carrying MRMs. They have the capability to do that. But I could put in the short range or those close bombardment missiles. Those would really clear up the jump point. So overall, that battle went about as well as it could. Don't think I made any real errors. Shields, the token shields turned out to be quite useful because the enemy only had those 3 damage point warheads. So I mean, shields get better as the ships get larger. So anyway, main thing is we are restricted by fuel, but that's a logistics problem, and Aurora is all about logistics. So, yeah, I don't really want to go into fighters too much. I'm just not comfortable with them. It's too much micromanagement. They're really cool, and the C+ version, which could come out in literally any time, is going to focus more on fighters. That's kind of the one drawback I might have. Just the new version would be because it is increased focus on fighters and ground combat. Both aspects of the game I'm not that interested in, but okay, we'll see what happens. The new version does promise to really end the mid-game slowdown, so that's a big plus. So anyway, I'm just gonna put an end here and Wolfman out, and thanks guys for watching. Honestly, a little surprised at how well this series has come up with. So, desu desu, my friends.